What does Mission Alive mean to me? What I think as our community is going through this very tender time, I think that Mission Alive means that it's less about doing and more about being present to each other, being present to the dear neighbor, being present to the person behind us in the grocery store. It's not easy. It sounds easy, but it's very difficult. It's hard sometimes when we're impatient or we're rushing, our minds are on other things, and we're not really present to the person. You know, when I go to visit our sisters that are at Bethany Healthcare Center, I'm always struck by the fact that so many of them are really present to me. And then that gives me strength to be present to others. So in many ways, they're keeping the mission alive, and then they're helping me to keep the mission alive. When I think about words that inspire me and why, I think back to growing up, and my mother had a tremendous devotion to St. Francis Xavier. St. Francis Xavier was very well off and well-to-do, and Ignatius always wanted him to think about joining this group he was going to start. And he used to say to Francis, "What shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and suffer the loss of his own soul?" And I think those words inspire me. They may sound a little archaic, but truly, what does it profit any of us if we gain the whole world, if we have people thinking well of us, if we have, all the things that we think are important, and we're losing ourselves? I teach at Boston College, and when I say to my students, the most important commandment is love God and love your neighbor as yourself. And it's easy sometimes to think I'm loving God and loving my neighbor. But how hard it is to love ourselves, to take time for reflection, to take time to pay attention to the things we love, the things that we're trying to figure out, and how do we keep love at the center of the table? So I think those are the things that inspire me as I continue my mission as a Sister of St. Joseph. When I think about young people, it's funny. When I started teaching at BC, because it's very close to the Mother House, I've been able to invite my students over here for pizza and prayer nights. And I'm always struck by the number of students that want to come, and then that they want to come again and again. And they love being with the sisters. And I think part of it is because the sisters are keeping that mission alive by being present to them, by asking questions about them, by asking questions about their lives, by being concerned, by being present. We might not be able to do the things that we used to do, but by being present to them, we can encourage them to do things for the dear neighbor, to hear their story, and then to help them as they navigate their way. Sometimes what I find so amazing is that, I know I do, I make it so difficult, and it's so simple. It's about being present, really listening, deep listening, and encouraging, particularly with young people. Let me tell you one thing. They know when you're real. And when they come to the Mother House of the Sisters of St. Joseph, they meet a lot of real people.